Do you think that video games make people violent?
I should say that I was a gamer growing up, so I think I understand gaming.
What'd you play?
Warcraft, Starcraft, that
Nice.
generation.
That's my shit.
Really good.
Brood War?
Yes.
StarCraft, the first expansion set.
Yeah, and StarCraft. I was a Protoss guy.
Yeah, you would be.
Yeah, it would be, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
So
I think that gaming culture speaks to some very natural and important instincts among men in particular. I think men are a majority of gamers. I think that there's a lot of community involved. I remember making friends online and everything. No, there are certainly some games that probably make you a little more numb to certain forms of interactions than others. But the majority of gaming cultures, in my experience, is quite benign.
So you're saying there are certain pockets where you think could desensitize people to, for example, violence?
Yeah, I think if someone were just to play first-person shooters like all day, every day for a while, they might become like a little bit checked out as to what it means to be holding like a firearm in real life and the actual impact in the real world of what that would mean. But that to me would be like an edge case that would apply to like virtually none of the gamers that I actually know in real life.
I mean, I see your point about like if you're playing a first-person shooter and you go to a gun range and shoot a rifle, obviously you're going to find out that what you're experiencing in the video game is not very realistic when you see how heavy it is and the amount of kickback it has and how loud it is. But would you support the claim that a lot of these people who have been doing these mass shootings, who have played first-person shooters all day?
Or is that actual and observable? Because
this is something that you see in the media. Fox News, for example, and the president recently said that violent video games are part of the issue, contributing to this amount of mass shooters. So that's what I'm getting at specifically.
To me, that would be very, very, very low on any list, below many of the more concrete elements, like how they get their hands on an actual gun would be like at the top of the list, or like rhetoric that villainizes other people, or NRA taking our freaking legislature hostage. Like those to me would be the top of the list. And then somewhere after you get through dozens and dozens of other things, like what would be like some impact of video games.
That's fair enough.
That's fair.
I think that's a fair answer and very true. I mean, I was quite shocked to see the president come out in his speech addressing these back-to-back shootings we had, and specifically saying violent video games are
part to blame,
are one of the issues that we need to address to prevent this from happening in the future.
Well, that's in many ways a political answer, because it's trying to say, look, the things that are up here on the list I don't want to talk about so much, so let me pick out something that's lower on the list and elevate it.
Yeah.
It kind of speaks to people that don't really understand too, because I saw it on Fox News the day before, and it speaks to people like my parents who have never held a controller in their life and can easily digest that. Just, oh yeah, kids are playing violent video games, so they're shooting up schools.